The market slowly pushed higher overnight and then jumped off a cliff once the CPI number came out. Were you ready for this drop? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about the fact that we're reaching the upper resistance area and we should be looking for a pullback fairly soon. And yesterday, the market over-delivered on that pullback. It pushed up slightly in the overnights until the CPI number came out, and then it dropped like a rock all day, showing no signs of life from the bulls. Now the question is, where do we go from here? I'll get into that in just one second. But first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP500 and the Nasdaq. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, a few quick things before I jump into the chart. First, I will be out of town all next week, so I'm not sure how many videos I will have up. I will try to get at least a couple out. My trading room will definitely have information and videos as I will be in there giving them updates, but I'm not sure how many I will get to YouTube, so just know that all next week I am out of town and will be trying to get maybe 2 videos out. Next, I get a lot of questions from you guys about what's next, or hey, we broke support. What should we be looking for? Or, hey, I want to know what's going on after the market closes. So I am on TikTok at Invest with Jacob on TikTok, and every day after the market closes, I'm going to give a quick market update of what we saw and what the next support levels are, or resistance levels and likely paths are, so that you have that update right after the market closes, and you don't have to wait till my next video the next morning. Of course, you can get real-time updates in my room. And then finally, guys, we absolutely crushed it yesterday. We loaded up on shorts Monday, looking for that pullback that I was talking about, and they over-delivered on that pullback, so we did amazing. You can see on the screen some guys hit some one-day records, as well as people telling us, again, that they're learning how to fish. And this is the important part, guys, that people are learning the market, they're understanding the market, they're understanding the patterns and how to trade and how to be patient and how to phase in and out of trades and how to be successful when you trade. Instead of somebody just giving you trades and leaving you to die if they're good or bad, we give you trades and explain them. We tell you what we're looking for. We give you the support and resistance. We tell you how the patterns work. We tell you all of the different things to help you understand the market and understand why we're trading the way we do and why we're successful. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned for later in the video. For now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, here we are on the 1-hour futures chart. As you can see, we just have a big red line down here, just straight down. And I always tell my group the market doesn't move in straight lines, and today kind of proved me wrong, at least for a short period of time. Overall, though, the market doesn't move in straight lines. It's very, very, very unlikely that we would see a straight line drop down to 3450, a 700-point straight drop. There's going to be jags in here just like there is everywhere else. But today was kind of shocking. You don't see that kind of action very often in the market. So we were pushing higher yesterday, and I said it was a little bit confusing because they had pushed high enough that it was possible that we were done with one of these two waves, the circle orange A or the black circle B. And right now, the black circle B is heavily in the lead. It is the primary count that we are tracking at the moment, but they technically still haven't broken or invalidated this orange count, and they still haven't invalidated really the red count. So what we're looking at, guys, is it's most likely we are in this B, circle B, and heading down in circle C down here towards 3450. That is the most likely scenario. However, okay, because of the lack of structure in this move down, it's very hard for me to understand if we're in a corrective wave, if we're an impulsive wave, because it doesn't have 5 waves, so it's not impulsive by look and by definition. But the move down is strong and the selling was strong. So there are times, because not every indicator is perfect and nothing is perfect, there are times sometimes you have to look at what you're seeing and understand that, you know, a catalyst caused us to have a little bit different of a structure than we would normally have here. So without proper structure, it does leave the door open for other things, such as the orange count, okay, and this red count. So for the black count, okay, we would expect this first move down to bottom either already where it has, or we might get a spike up and then a move down, okay, towards 3,900. But we would expect it to bottom between 3,950 and 3,900 and then bounce up to as high as 40.72, although I think that might be wishful thinking. But anywhere from 40.40 to 40.72 would be an acceptable bounce. We would look for that for wave 2. And then we would look for a very, very strong sell-off down here towards the 3600, 3620 area to complete wave 3 of C. And then 4 up and 5 down to that 3450 area. So the bounce, if we get one, okay, again, I highly doubt we're going in a straight line. The bounce, all right, we would look for it around 3900 and then up to that 4040 to 4070 area. Then we would look for a continuation down. And that is the primary that we're looking at right now. However, we are coming down into this bigger trend line off the bottom that they've held. They held it here. They held it here. They poked through it here, but held and bounced. And now they're testing it again, and they've bounced off of it a little bit. Not a whole lot, maybe 20 points or so. But they've bounced up off of it. And it is possible that that could be this red B wave down we were talking about, or even this orange B wave down. Okay, both of those are possibilities here. I think if it's going to be one of them, it's more likely the orange count because of how high we got here. And if that's the case, you would see a very strong move up out of here over 4070, ultimately over 4112. And if they break out over 4112, then it becomes very likely we're headed up in this C wave towards 4400. Now, I think that that is a much less likely at this time, but it is not invalidated, so I've kept it on the chart so we can still follow it. And then the red count, I think is pretty much non-existent, but we do need to have it on here because it's technically still alive. We could see a bounce back and make a nominal new high here, and then we would have to start all over with the move down being either the orange B wave or the black C wave. But the primary count, guys, the count we should focus on right now is this C wave down, where wave 1 should bottom 3900 or above. Then we would look for a bounce to the 4040 to 4072 area, then a strong sell-off from there. And if they break out over 4112, then we should be looking for that big rally up towards 4400. But again, I think that's much less likely at this time. All right, so that's what we're tracking on the S&P 500. Over on the Nasdaq, okay, similar setup here. And again, because the Nasdaq got really close to its 13,100 area we were talking about, that was the ideal target for this, and they got really close to it. So I think it's really unlikely we come back up and make a nominal new high here, but it is still valid, so we do have it on the chart. And we would expect the wave 1 here in the C wave down to bottom at 11,866 or higher. So we would look for either it's already bottom and we're going to see a wave 2 from here, or we come down to that 11,866 area looking for a bounce and we get it from there. So that's where we would look for a bounce to happen to give us a wave 2. And that wave 2 should push up to the 12,450 to 12,480 or 12,580 range. So 12,450 to 12,580 would be our wave 2 target for this move down. And then there we would look for sharp selling down to the 10,740 area, and then a bounce up in 4, and then a move on down in 5 to 10,500 down to 10,000, just depending on how deep this wave 3 goes and how deep they want to take this. So should be targeting around 10,400 or 500 to 10,000 on the move down. Should be targeting 12,450 to 12,580 on this bounce. And our wave 1 target for a low here, guys, again, we would like to see it bottom at 11,866 or higher. Of course, it can go lower than that, but that's the ideal area for us to look for a bottom. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it takes you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it, and it's for you and you're part of our trading team before you ever spend a penny. All right, you can cancel at any time. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, that's my room. You get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, as well as all of your Elliott Wave questions answered. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means that sometimes our trades last from anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are looking for day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. He gets you in at a very small price and gets you big multiples on your money based on how he structures the trade. It's kind of unique, and you kind of need to see it to understand it, which is another reason we give you that 7-day free trial so you can get in there and make sure it's your kind of trading. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into a small account, and he trades it using mini ES futures and disciplined trading methods, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in the room so we can make some money together. All right, key takeaways for today. We are looking for the black count to play out. That is our primary. We would look for a bounce at 3,900 or above on the ES, and that bounce should target 40.40 to 40.72. And then we would look for a big sell-off from there. However, if they can rally up above this 41.12 area, then the C wave and this C wave are in play, and we would have to take it step by step at that point. Over on the Nasdaq, same type of setup. We're looking for a wave 1 to bottom in the 11,866 area or above. The target bounce should be in the 12,450 to 12,580 range. And then from there, we'd look for a pretty strong sell-off in wave 3 of C. However, if they can push it up over 12,741, these two other C's come into play, this red C and this orange C up here. And again, we would have to take that level by level if we broke out over this 12,741. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.